Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now this is our second talk, learning from one's own experiences. In the process of learning, two factors are essential. One is faith, and second is the perseverance. Now, first, let us take the faith factor. Many people have this funny notion, I don't have blind faith. But the truth is, faith is always blind. In the area of ignorance, it is the ruling of the faith. For example, we were told by somebody that you are born to such and such lady and she is your mother. Do we know it? We accept it. Now that lady whom we accepted as a mother, she tells, this guy is your dad. We don't know. We accept it. And this faith is not a weakness. It is inner strength. See? So he who doesn't have faith, he is like an aeroplane without the wings. He can never proceed in life. So, now question comes, faith where? First of all, that which is beyond our perception, understanding, confusion, etc., we name it as God. Something you have to name, so we name it God. Faith in God. Now, who will be the God? The God will be the one who will never think of doing bad to us. Like, sun is the one who can never give darkness. He can give only the light. So, first faith in God. Now, what is the faith in God? All that is happening in our life is for our good. Nothing happens to us for our destruction. Every small little thing happens in our life for our evolution. First, faith in God. Now, the second thing is faith in the teacher from whom we learn. And when you learn through faith, then you don't ask unwanted question. Why? Because the sky is too high. I tell you how it hampers our progress on the spiritual path, because we want to ask unwanted, useless questions. There was a child with whom I was staying, and the parents are those who praise their children for nothing. The stupidity of the child is considered as the wisdom. So, this child was not studying, not learning. So, his mother told Swamiji, he is so intelligent, he doesn't want to study. Look at it, what they are talking. They don't understand what they are talking. Then, see, we want to teach him ABCD, but he doesn't want to learn because he asks a question. Why A is written like this? And I had no answer. He said, unless you answer this, I will not study. I said, look here, Amma, you have given me food, so I am obliged to teach your child. And then I finished my lunch. I said, hey, come with me to my room. And I lied down on the bed. I said, look here, I'll sleep for half an hour, 20 minutes. Then I'll wake up. Okay? Till then, you have got one duty. You watch how I sleep. And I slept. And then after 15-20 minutes, I woke up. And then I said, hey, now let us start learning ABCD. And he was having his trump card in his hand. Not American trump card. So he was having this trump card, and I told him, look here, let's start writing with ABCD. Okay, A like this, A for apple. Swamiji, very innocently, Swamiji, why A is written like this? Now this question has floored everybody. So he was trying with me. I told him, look here, A is written like this only. If A is not written like this, then what, that I'll tell you. He said, what will happen if we don't write like A like this? I said, you have seen my hand? Yes. It will come with a speed of 500 kilometers per second. And it will land on your face. Therefore, if A is not written like this, this will happen. Now you decide. Okay, Swami. Tell me what logic it is. See? And after he wrote that, I said, hey, now, what is your father's name here? He said, my father's name is Ram. I said, okay, let us write his name. R is written like this, R. R, see, Ra, see, same thing. Ram, R. He wrote. Then, what is the other word? He said, Ma. Very good. The Ma is written like this. But we have to make it Ram, not Ram. He's in the bottle. He has to be outside. So, I told him, now R, A. How will we write A? I have forgotten. You just now taught me A is written like this. I said, see, you are so intelligent. R, A, M. This is your father's name, Ram. Oh. I said, now what is your mother's name? So he told his mother's name is Uma. I said, again, let us write. U is written like this, U. Like you have seen the U-turn, like U. Okay. And then again, M from where? Ma from Uma, Ra, Ma. Yes, I remember. Then he wrote M, U, M. And again A, again he wrote. Now you written Uma, your mother's name. And after that I say, let's go out. And you act stupid, okay? I'll also act stupid. But what we have to do, you take paper and pen and start writing your father's name 10 times, one before another. And in the second column, you write your mother's name 10 times and see the reaction. So he was doing that. And his parents saw, poor my child was with Swamiji in this bedroom and we don't know what he has done. And he started writing. Hey, how come you wrote my name? Of course, I know English. See? Therefore, when we are told something by the teacher, we have to begin with accepting, whether we know or we don't know. See? Like, none of us have seen God. None of us have seen earlier life, next life. None of us have gone to hell or heaven. Then why accept it? See, we can be controlled only by fear. Forget about love, it has no meaning. By love, nothing happens. By fear, everything happens. See? You will see here or in India, many countries, everywhere it is so useless, garbage and everything. The same people, when they go to Singapore, everything is spick and span. What is the reason? It's not love. The fear of punishment. Here you get a punishment, 100 rands. Their punishment is not like that. 100 Singapore dollars plus 100 whips or 10 whips. And they are so considerate about your clothes. So when they give you whips, they say, don't destroy your coats, take it out. And give you hard. 3 of them and you are on the floor. They again they are so considerate. They take you to the hospital and on your paper is written 7 balance. Now tell me, who will break the rules? Exactly the same way. If we are not given this threatening, that if you do something wrong, you'll go to hell. Then what is the hell? See, I don't know about other religions. In Hindu religion, they say, this comes in Bhagavad Mahapuran, there are 28 types of hells. You have got a big menu. Select. See? And in that hell, you are tortured. You are given a body which will not die, but which will only suffer tortures. It's called as the Bhogadeh. You have to experience that. Oh God. Then better don't do anything bad. See, friends, human mind is naturally oriented to something bad. Like Prakriti will lead to Vikruti. He cannot stop it. It has to be not naturally stopped, but it has to be forcefully stopped. See. Therefore, when whatever the teachers tell us, we have to have the faith. This is told in our interest, not for torturing us. So, faith in God, faith in scriptures. Then the faith in the most important thing, faith in ourselves. Many of us lack this faith in the self. See? Suppose we are told, if you begin your day early in the morning, you will be able to do meditation, study scriptures, and your whole day will be lived in a very good way. No, Swamiji, we read it also in the school, early to bed, early to rise, but I just can't wake up in the morning. What should I do? Even the birds get up early in the morning. You are a human being. How can you justify that? I cannot. You have to have confidence. You can, you will, you must. Then only we can walk spiritual path. So, this faith is one factor in the Lord, in the scriptures, and in ourselves. Then the next factor is the patience. There are 3 types of people. Those who imagine the difficulties and never start anything. Swamiji, are you talking about us? See, second type of people are inspired to begin with, but in no time they collapse. Oh, I can't do it. I just can't do it like that. And third type of people, more the difficulties come, more inspired they become. See, and it can happen only because of patience. Patience is a must. Now see how much patience and what it means. You must have seen the children when they start their life. First, the child is simply lying on the back and looking here and there. Everybody is walking around him. He says, come on, everybody is walking. Why I am lying down here? Let me also walk. And he starts walking in the air. Legs and hands. Oh, come on, I am not moving. Something is wrong somewhere. Then he turns. Then he comes on his stomach. Then, like a reptile, he starts crawling and swimming on the floor. Even then, he is not able to manage. Come on, these people are doing very well. I am still here. Again, he doesn't give up. He comes on the knees and hands. Slowly starts like a calf. and yet he is not able to compare with himself with the others. Then he again discovers his own techniques, holds on the wall, holds on the sari of the mother, and the curtains hanging. Slowly he stands up and is so happy. Yes, I can stand up now, I can walk. And he starts walking slowly. First step he takes and he falls. Imagine if that child has discontinued walking because he fell by the first step, will anybody ever learn how to walk? How much perseverance the child has. And the most important thing, has your children ever asked you, Mummy, Mummy, when you were a baby, how did you learn walking? Please teach me. No. They discover their own technique. Hold to something. And once they learn, if you hold on to the curtain, you can stand up. You hold on to the wall, you can stand up. So they go to the dining table. And on the dining table, there is a tablecloth, all the crockery above. He knows only one thing. He holds on to that tablecloth and he stands up. And all the crockery is on the floor. And he is happy. There were few. Now there are many. Don't give up in life. Nothing is impossible for us. Nothing is impossible. But those who have this habit developed, constantly complaining, no, oh, such people are good for nothing. And then these people go to God, to the temples and to the church. Oh Lord, please do something for me. Bhagwan says, I had done one mistake. I don't want to do further. Oh God, what mistake you have done? I made you human being. It is my mistake. You should have been a pig. Go there. Eat, sleep, worried about the security and procreate. That is the only life or what? As I told you yesterday, after having come as a human being, the next evolution is only spiritual evolution. Everything else is over. See, friends. And thus, when we are leading our life in day to day, we start learning. When we learn in the outer world perfectly, then we have the entry in the inner world. See? Like when we learn driving a car or a motorcycle, we don't learn directly on the express highway. We go on a football ground and there we start learning the car driving. And while driving there also we search for a tree and make an accident. That is our condition. With that expertise, can we go on the express highway? We cannot, because we have no control over the vehicle. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, unless we are able to learn in the outer world from our day-to-day experiences, we will never be able to learn from our experiences in the inner world. See? Then such people come and ask the same question. Whenever I sit for Swami meditation, too many dirty thoughts comes. What should I do? Don't do meditation. No, but my guru told me to do meditation. Do meditation. But then dirty thoughts come. Then don't do meditation. See, friends, don't complain. First of all, we have to understand this way. Unless our day-to-day life is properly lived, you cannot be at peace with you when you are with yourself. Friends, we all suffer maximum in our life exclusively because of ourselves, not because of others. See? Suppose I suffer because of Ashwin. I'll run away. But if I am suffering because of me, where will I run away? See why the old people suffer in life maximum? Because they can't run away from themselves. Then they want somebody to listen to them. This I learned in USA for the first time, 30, 40 years before. When I went, first time I wanted to know the ways of the Americans. So I opted for a volunteer job one day. And they put me in a hospital. You have to go and talk to the, what you call, the patient. So I went. Being Indian, standard Indian qualities, I started asking about her. Old lady, see, how many children you have got. This is what normally we ask in India. But I never knew that these questions are personal encroachment. So she became angry. You are here to ask me or listen to me? I said, I have come to listen to you. She spoke for about 45 minutes. I was here, I was there, I had so many dogs, 3 cats and 5 dogs, and then that died, and blah, blah, blah. It was all a zoological story. In her story, there was no human character. I thought she has come from Disneyland or what? And then that nurse who took me there, she told, it seems you are new here. I said, yes. See here, when the volunteers come here, you are supposed to only listen to the patients what they talk. You are here only for listening. Why? Because who wants to listen to the old people? And what do they have? Nothing. The dead, anything it may be, it will stink. And we don't understand. Youngsters are having something to live forward, to look forward. And old people like me, what future I have got? I have no future. Then only past. See, friends. And therefore the old people are constantly wanting attention. And that attention, like yesterday, the other day when I was in Brazil, one lady came and because of language barrier, so other person was translating her problems to me. She started talking. I didn't understand anything Portuguese, I don't know. After half an hour, I said, hey, I am going to toilet. He said, Swamiji, she is telling a story. Then I said, if her story is so long, are you going to take my whole day or what? And what was the story? All her problems, frustration. Then I told her, tell her in one word, she is seeking attention. Suppose I walk from here straight away. Nobody will even ask me. But while walking, suddenly I make a drama. Oh God, I think, yes, Swamiji, what happened? If you give attention, why will I do it? All those people who are miserable, seeking attention, strong ego, seeking attention. See? Therefore, when we are in this world, if we are able to conduct ourselves in the outer world perfectly, then you have entry to enter your mind. And when you enter the mind, the first thing should happen, stop complaining about the mind. Start working on the mind. See? But normally we only hear complaints. Swamiji, my mind is disturbed. There are too many thoughts. The thoughts will come in the mind. Can the thoughts come in your nose? You can blow them out? That is the place. See. Therefore, be attentive. When the world is no more an issue for us, then we have entry in the inner world. And there a real seeker is born. As long as we are living at the body level, we have to conduct ourselves in this world. conduct in such a manner that we are not a problem for the world and the world is not a problem for us. Simple rule. And such a person now enter the inner world. Now, after we enter the inner world, we have already sorted out the outer world. Now we start working on the mind. This body where we are living in, this body is created by our parents. We have encroached this body and started living as the body. Because of that sin of encroachment, we suffer in life. So, this body which is given to us by the parents, it will die one day. And if we live only at the body level, we have lived zero spiritual life. Then, now we start working on the mind. The day we start working on the mind, a new birth has taken place. We are reborn. Mind never dies. Mind does not have the impact of time. Don't you hear the old people cutting a pathetic joke? In one place, I was sitting near a lake, beautiful place, morning time, 6 o'clock, and basking in that beautiful atmosphere. One old man came, just shorty, maybe 5 feet or so, and short, and a golf cap and a t-shirt and only thin, like a joystick, agarbatti brand. Tuk, 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 tuk. He came and stood in front of me. And he asked me this question. Can you tell me what is my age? To an unknown person in the morning, you ask this question. So I told him, 3 years. What can you talk? Children ask this question, isn't it? Can you tell me what is my age? And the mother tells, Swami, he is 3 years old. Not 3 years, 3 years, 2 months. He's calculating, isn't it? So this old man, he comes and asks, what is my age? I said, no, tell. I said, okay. Your age is, you are 81 years young. Then I said, 81 is young. You are the only person in the world who has correctly understood my age. I am definitely 81 years, but not old. I am young. Now see the hodgepodge, khichdi. 81 year belongs to the body, and the one who is talking is not the body. The mind is talking. Because all the experiences happen only to the mind, not to the body. And this mind, where all the experiences of our life happen, what care we have taken till date. See, in one place, in Delhi probably, there was one carpenter who was doing some repair of my place. So I asked him, how many days? He said, 3-4 days it should be over. I said, okay, do it. And he will come 3 days over, 4 days over, 5 days over. I said, hey, stop it. When are you going to finish? Because he will come and start sharpening his instruments. 2-3 hours gone. I said, how long will you take? He said, look here, unless these instruments are sharpened, how can I work? And I have to maintain this instrument because I am working with them. Nobody can do it for me. He was my guru. With what we come in contact with the world? With our mind. Now, what care we have taken about maintaining the sharpness of our mind? Our mind is dull-witted. See? Therefore, it is said there are 4 types of students. First is called Uttama Adhikari, the best. He is able to comprehend in one go. In one way is clean, over. No second thing. Second type of little lower category, he understands sometimes he doesn't understand. The third category understands nothing, like a furniture. And the fourth one, the most superior one, he understands exactly opposite. Now the differences are not because of the body, but because of the quality of the mind. So by this mind we are living our total life. By this mind all experiences are collected. In the mind all the experiences happen. Now don't answer this question. What we have done right from childhood onwards to take care of our mind? Nothing. See, I was addressing in a parliamentary platform in Brazil, and after my talk was over, they have raised this question. In Brazil, there is too much of crime among the youngsters and too many suicides. What can be done to stop this? That was the question. I said, those who are committing suicide, they are fit only for that. Don't try to revive them. Let them go. Go to the cause, root cause. And then I said, the root cause is here the children are orphans when their parents are alive. Have we ever taught the children self-discipline, sacrifice, sharing? In any piece of land, you have to cultivate the garden. The weeds grow automatically. You don't have to cultivate weeds. In the same manner, human mind will have this ugliness naturally. But we have to weed out. And that training has to be given within the family. But the parents are busy with their own life. Who cares for the child? And naturally, when they don't have somebody to guide, to tell something higher values in life, they only know like the wild animals in the forest, and they grow wild. Don't blame those children. Unless we improve the parent generation, you can do nothing. And what is this whole thing put together? We have never learned that self-discipline, control of mind is the essential part of our life. But a Western philosophy, one student in the USA asked this question. Swamiji, we are told according to Jung that you should not suppress your mind. I said, he's absolutely right. I also feel the same way. Come here. I feel like giving you a very hard one. I should not suppress. But then I'll suppress. Why? Then I'll educate my mind. The consequence of my, wild existence, the way I want to behave. So if I give you one, then I will be cut into few pieces, which I don't want. Therefore, although I feel like hitting you, I should not hit. Then what I should do? Take a glass of water and go to bathroom. Then that urge to go the wrong way, it will slowly died away. See, friends, unless self-discipline is the hallmark of our lifestyle, spiritual or the material progress is not possible. Even those who are, you know the life story of our Prime Minister in India. In his whole life, he has not taken one holiday. We talk about only 5 days a week we have to work. Why not we work never and get all the salary? Then only such things can happen. Self-discipline is essential for any growth, material or spiritual. And this is how we start working on the mind. When we work with this mind, we will come to know that mind has two functions. One function is perception, and second function is perception is followed by projection. Like a boy and a girl. That boy has seen hundreds of girls in the world. No problem. But then he has seen one girl and he didn't stop there. Thereafter, his mind started projecting. Oh, this girl has come in this particular garden today only, and at this very moment when I am here and I am coming from the church, maybe it is the God's will that I will come across somebody in the garden, and maybe it is she who has come. And that dumb girl also start thinking the same way. It's not only that the boys are dumb, girls are not less. And they start looking at each other and then made for each other. Then they start becoming mad for each other. And thereafter they destroy each other. Where this is happening? Only in the mind. First the mind says, I cannot live without her. Then the same mind says, I cannot live because of her. And we don't understand this mind is making fool of us. See, therefore, as we have to learn everything in this world, we also have to learn how to think. See, these girls, when they learn, the Indian girls, how to make chapati, the bread, first time it becomes New Zealand. Mummy, Mummy, why this is happening? Then Mummy gives instruction. Then second time, then it becomes Australia. And slowly, slowly, she learns how to make a chapati. And they become so expert that in South Africa, all the chapatis in all the houses of Gujaratis is exact dimension, exact weight, and exact size. Many times I feel whether there is some big factory where from they buy it. Like McDonald's, exactly the same area. So expert. So such a simple thing like making chapati or driving a car, we have to learn. But when it comes to thinking, we feel, I know. So we have to first find out, are we thinking, are we reacting, are we worrying? What is the difference? Most of the time, our contemplative thinking and worryful thinking, they are taken as equal. No. Both are thoughts. One type of thinking which entangles us in our own thinking process is called as a worry. And the second type of thinking which liberates us from our mesh of wrong thinking, that is called as contemplation. In Sanskrit, it is called as contemplation is chintan and worrying is chinta. And both are thoughts. See, one is a source of misery, others relieves us from that. So this art of proper thinking we have to learn. Then in that learning process, we will see whether our thoughts are taking us away from ourselves or our thoughts are bringing us back to ourselves. You must have sometime taken a ride in the giant wheel? When that giant, not like the one which is in Wembley, UK, or in Singapore, useless wheels. You sit there, you don't even feel that it is moving. It is moving at the speed of maybe 10 centimeters per second. And by the time you come down, over. But when in the manual one which are done by the people, they move very fast and then see the fun of it. Oh, impact of that periphery. Then from the periphery, you come to the center, the hub. And when you are on the hub, let the wheel move any fast speed, nothing happens to you. Now find out, where are we? Are we at the periphery circumference of our personality, or we are at the center? Find out. And when we are at the periphery, impact of the movement will be very conspicuous and detrimental. But when you are in the center, be attentive. The center will support the movement of the periphery, but center will not be influenced by the movement of the periphery. Let us find out our thinking process, whether it takes us away from us to the periphery or it brings us back to the center. And once we take this process of learning, then we will have zero questions about the world. But then the people get lost in this world. Why the world is so bad? Why God has created such bad people and all that? And then our thinking is according to our training how to think. First of all, we don't know how to think. Second thing is how we have trained our mind to think. And the thinking process is wrong, we'll destroy ourselves, we'll destroy others. But if you think scientifically, science doesn't belong to any particular people. Science is universal application. It is unlike religion. It is unlike philosophy. Spirituality is like the science, only difference is science takes us to the periphery away from ourselves. Spirituality brings us back to the center. In both the cases, there is no dogma associated. See, friends, therefore, when we start thinking, we have to first ascertain, are our thoughts taking us away from our own self, or they are bringing back to us? And how do we know the thoughts take us away from ourselves? When we unnecessarily worry about the whole world. Bhagavad Gita clearly tells, Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. We are in this world for our evolution. Primary purpose of our arrival in this world is spiritual evolution. But what about the world? I want to serve the world, I want to save the world, I want to help the world. Take care of yourself. No saint in the world for his name has done anything good to anybody in this world. Goodness has happened through them. Whenever there is organized goodness, it is a crime. So what do? We collect funds from people to do goodness and construct our own houses. See, friends, we cheat ourselves the most. And therefore, when we are thinking, let us find out whether the thoughts are taking us to ourselves or outside. And when this process is initiated, then you will come to discover who is disturbed. And where the disturbed person goes in the deep sleep, then we will come to know that at the root of every disturbance, there is somebody was sitting as a seed. Without the seed, there cannot be a plant. Without somebody, there cannot be a thought. So find out who is this, who is disturbed. You know what will happen? Like, see, this what I spoke to you, now you can do experiment. You can see the blue backdrop behind me and experience for yourself. Where are you? You have gone away from yourself because the backdrop is away. Now you leave that backdrop and look at the backside of my phone. Now see your experience. You have come little closer to yourself. Now next step. Try to see your own eyes with your own eyes. Your vision has disappeared. So what we have to learn? Eyes can see only peripheral. When I am functioning through the eyes, I will always go out. And along with the eyes, mind will also go. How beautiful, how nice. I think I should come and stay here. It's a beautiful place. But I never come here. I am staying here for last 20 years, but I don't know. Go away from yourself. See? Therefore, we have to recognize this trick of the mind. The moment the mind comes back to itself, mind dissolves in consciousness. Mind cannot survive if there is no objectivity involved. And that is the reason why when we are sitting quiet, why the mind pops the thoughts. Like eyes cannot see themselves, in the same manner, mind cannot know itself. And for the survival, the mind starts projecting. And projections are in the form of two, three things. Number one, the mind will start remembering some past events. Last time when I went there, I was doing meditation. It was so nice. But here he is telling, don't do meditation. Or else the mind will go, see, that place I went to the Himalayas and sitting in the cave and did meditation. But since I came to South Africa, there are no caves. I don't know what to do now. This is how the mind is playing tricks. Ask the mind to shut up. No value to objectivity in knowledge. You know, this process is like what? Again, learning from experiences. Some mother used to bring food for me in US and she had a son. One day when he came, he was crying very badly. And the mother was giving me food and he was not stopping. I said, my God, what to do with this fellow? I can't give him heart because I have to take food. So, just to divert his attention, there were ice cubes in the tray. I said, hey, I want to put all the ice cubes in this small glass, but they are not going. What should I do? I don't know. He kept crying. I said, I think, yes, I know now. I'll break the glass and put the things in this. When I said like this thing, in that crying also he started laughing. Not this way. Then what way? Tell me. He said, don't do anything. Simply put them there. Then they will get dissolved and they will enter comfortably. Now what more guru you want? We are all ice cubes. Everyone has got a strong personality. Try to put the ice cubes in a container, in a jar. Everybody is. But when all these ice cubes, they don't do meditation, they relax. And slowly all of them dissolve and they do not become water. They are waters. They became ice cubes. In the same manner, we don't become divine. We are divine. Don't condemn yourself, the children of sin. No, you are divine. So what we have to do is only this, dissolve these ice cubes. And these ice cubes are dissolved by the simple thing. Let the mind not run in the past or in time. Let the mind not run in places. And let the mind not run in objects. Mind has only these three avenues to roam about: time, space, and object. Therefore, the technique which I told you, which you will not do, is this. Wherever you are, whenever you are, and whatever you are. Wherever place, whatever object, whenever time. Be 100%. Like now. We are here, I am the speaker, and you are supposed to be the listener. So, I am doing my job, it is recorded. So, here I am as a speaker 100%. Now, look into yourself. There you are. Are you 100% a listener now? Huh? Even this is not heard. Mind has already gone somewhere. How simple it is. It's not very serious, it's very simple. Whatever we do it wholeheartedly. But we do with a hole in the heart. I don't know. Such holy people can achieve nothing in life. Never do anything in this broken heart way. And thus we start slowly working on our mind. Don't pamper your mind. Mind has to be disciplined. You may trust a cobra, he may not come and bite you. But don't trust your mind. Mind must be strictly disciplined. No options are given. See? Otherwise, the same mind will make us dance. And then in the old age, we feel very bad. According to Upanishad, there are two problems which the old people face. One problem is kimahagam papam akaravamiti, and second problem is kimahagam sadhuna akaravam. The first principle because of which the old people suffer is, when I was young, why did I do these wrong things? I don't know, I can't forget it. But then it is too early for the next life. And second thing, oh, when I was young, I should have done that. Why I didn't do that right things? Why did I do the wrong things? When we fall in self-respect in our own life, it is living in death. But it is too early for the next life. Then go through. Nobody can help you. There is no way. There is a way, but we don't want. What is the way? I told you very clearly. Start living now, here, fully. Don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Live moment to moment. And from the past, when we have learned, no impressions are formed. When we have not learned, impressions are formed. So now onwards, when we live our life day to day, let us not create any impressions of likes and dislikes on our mind. Don't create friends and enemies. Live with everybody happily, cheerfully, without any prejudice of any kind. Then slowly we'll be working on the mind. Then we'll come to know what, as we take care of our house, we must take care. As we must take care of our food. I am a vegetarian and then I take organic food. Is there any inorganic food? But is organic brand people? We take only organic food. No, no, I take inorganic, steel, stones. Then we are concerned about the matching clothes. See? Clothes should be matching. Very good, nothing wrong. Then we are concerned about our figure. 36, 24, 36. But what we have taken care of about our mind? The mind is growing wild. And to take care of the mind, the simplest thing is every experience of the mind is our guru. From every experience you learn. And in this manner, when the world is no more a disturbance for you, nothing in this world ever disturbs you because now you are working on the mind. See? Then the next step comes. Then we start learning about our own being. Who am I? Nobody can tell us. Like eyes cannot see themselves, mind cannot know itself. So when our own faculties are important to reveal our essential nature, how can anybody else tell us? So it is an experience without an experiencer. It is a knowledge without a knower. This is the ultimate we have to learn from our day-to-day experiences. When that process is initiated, then we have entered the third and the ultimate frontier of our spiritual life, learning from the experiences, growing wise to merge in the absolute. This is the only way. There is no other way. And for that, how do we start working on the mind inside? In such a manner that the mind dissolves. This freedom from the tyranny of the mind and making the mind our slave and working through the same mind is the ultimate attainment as promised in the spiritual life. What it is, how it is, it's not a big deal. It's very simple. We'll conclude it in our last session. There are two more or one more? One more. You are lucky. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.